We are off. Today is day 256 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing. Wait a second. Something's wrong here. I know what it is. It's the webcam. That's what it is. Oh, that's all kinds of weird. Here, let's sort that out, shall we? That's better. Mostly. Hopefully that's somewhat relatively normal. That's gotta be good-ish. That seems fine. Alright, continuing on. Where were we? We were kicking off day 256 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing on here at freeCodeCamp. We are also missing... Oh, we got all kinds of stuff misplaced. There we go. Now we have chat. So do we have everything? We're all out of sorts on day 256. Double checking. Webcam, check. Mic audio, check. Chat on our phone, checkity check. And freeCodeCamp. Okay, we're good. We're good, just double checking. Now we have... That's not right. Wherefore art thou? Correct challenge. Roman numeral converter. Yeah. What's that, tiny cat? What are you doing down there? You're circling us like a shark. Yeah, you're a good cat. Okay, so Roman numeral converter from the top. Convert the given number into a Roman numeral. All Roman numerals answers should be provided in upper... Oh, we're turning it into a Roman numeral. Isn't that fascinating? Tiny cat? No? Perhaps. Look at you. Oh, God. You're so damn cute. Covered in fur and love. Alright. All Roman... No. Stay away from that keyboard. Stay away from that keyboard. Look at you. No moving the mic. No move. Oh my god. Okay. Look, just stand there and be a cat. Okay? So, all Roman numeral answers should be provided in uppercase. Remember to read, search, ask. If you get stuck, try to pair program, write your own code. Here are some helpful links. Roman numerals, splice, index of, and join. Splice, index of, and join. Well, I suppose... God, this is going to be brutal. I don't even know all my Roman numerals. Which I assume that's why they have the Roman numeral link. Oh my god, why? Tiny cat, you've gone back and forth like 6 times. Oh no, that's a human. There's a human person sleeping there. You just have to assume the napping position. There you go. Okay, so... Roman numeral nonsense. What are we looking for? Ancient Romans used a special method of showing numbers. Examples. They wrote V instead of 5. They wrote IX instead of 9. Read on to learn about Roman numerals or go straight to the Roman numeral conversion tool. Cool. Oh. That's probably not the code version of it. That's probably just a basic converter. Hey, tiny cat. Oh my god, it's an empty tissue box that she's trying to attack. Psst. She's got her whole face lodged inside the tissue box nearly. You come here, furry cat. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Oh, God. Tissue box retrieved. Crisis averted. And she left. Oh, God. Alright. Oh, so difficult. So difficult. Never easy to start. Why is that? The Roman symbols, Roman numerals, are based on the following symbols. I, 5, X, L, C, D, M. Basic combinations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then C, 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 D, 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 C, D, C, C, D, C, 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 M. I feel like right here is already the answer that we need. The conversion point is at 5 to 9. And then again at 50 to 90. And then again. Actually, no, the conversion point is at 4, where V comes into play. So 5s. 1 through 4. No. 1 through 3 is the same character. 4 is the concatenation of 2 characters, the 1 through 3, and the 5 through 8 at 4. And then 9 is the preview of the next set, 1 through 4, with still the concatenating the 1 through 4. So, and then the cycle repeats. I want to say we're going to use a switch statement to set this up, because it really doesn't matter. I think it's a for loop with a switch statement. I think we can do basically all of the damage necessary with basically these couple lines. But it needs to be for something as it loops through the number. If that number, pin this digit there. Is that right? We need to check. What would we need to check? We need to check the total length of the array and its place in the array, because 9 by itself would be IX, but 90, if it's in the tens place, would be XC, and 9 in the hundreds place would be M. This bit here. If the number is over, we slice it. We slice it. If we have 900, we take all of 900. We view it as a thing. If it's greater than 500 and less than 1,000, depending on where it falls within this noise, it gets one of these symbols. And then we slice off the first number, and then we compare it. So it could be 900 and, or it could be 864. So we would have 800 and it would spit out this. And then it would be 60 tacked onto that. So DCC LX, slice off the 6, and then 4. So it should be this hilarious sentence of Roman numerals. Very similar. Let's see if it is in fact DCCC LX IV for 864. 800, you can convert to / from Roman numerals here. 864, convert. Boom, look at that, DCCLXIV. So that works. Our logic kind of checks out. Oh my god, there's lines for it. Lines above. Numbers greater than 1000 are formed by placing a dash over the symbol, times 1000. But these are not commonly used today. Huh. Who would have known? So I wonder if we're going to receive any that are over 1000. There is... all it does is just continuing double up. It's just multiple M's. So we just keep tacking on M's indefinitely as needed. So it doesn't, because I don't see any test cases with the roofie thing. Okay. Alright, so we've come to terms with what we're up against. Index of... Index of... how would we implement that? I know we would end up joining all of them. Oh, and it's splice. Well, splice affects the original. Splice continues to chip away at the original number. So, how would we want to do this? Typical. Confused already. Haven't even made a dent in it yet. Variable rom new variable something or other. God, why are we terrible at coming up with variables? Convert to Roman. You know what, we'll call it number array? Not number array. What's the first thing? Let's go back to looking at it. These are the basic symbols. If it's 900, why is it CM? That's 100 below 1000. That's why it's CM. So 901 would be CMI. Okay. 901 would be CMI. Would be CMI. So how did they determine that? If it's 900, it's above 800, below... I'm just trying to figure out, maybe switch case... isn't the way to go. I'm trying to think of the least, basically the smallest set of cases needed for our switch case, because this right here is 27, and I really don't want 27 cases, versus this is only 7 cases. If it's 1, if it's less than 5, repeat the number of times. Repeat I 3 times. If it's 4, blah, blah, blah. At 5, tiny cat, tiny cat. Dee 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 dee, tiny cat. We're gonna figure this out, little kitty. You're the worst, cat. You are the worst. Knocking things over. Hey, no, that is not. It's not an invitation for you to go hunting everything on the desk that you knock off. Let's just try to generate 1 through 9. Should we do that? Let's do that. Generating 1 through 9. Baby steps. Then we'll tack on 10 through 90, and then we'll tack on 100 through 9. It should be somewhat similar. I'm sure there's a way to do it with just these 7, but visually I can see it easier when it's more broken down like this. Or forming the numbers, the rules. I guess we can keep going like this. How is it, tiny cat, you keep finding every single plastic object in the room? God, terrible, terrible. Really big numbers. Medical? Xavier? What the? No, that doesn't help anybody. 1,984. See? They're breaking it down by its place. They're breaking it down by its place. 1,000 is M. 900 is CM. 800 is LXX. And 4 is IV. That's how we want to break it down. Break the numbers into thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones, and write down each one. So, thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. What about the D's and the V's and the I's and the C's? We're going to need a case for all of those. Yeah, we will need a case for all of those. But we'll still follow this rule. After larger is added. When, and this is also going to be part of our switch case, the breakdown, or the if statements within. Can we have if statements within switch cases? I think we can. Formatting numbers. When a symbol appears after a larger or equal symbol, it is added. Blankety blankety blank. 50, 10, 10 is 70. But if the symbol appears before a larger number, it is subtracted. VI is 5 minus 1, which is 4. Yes, yes. Okay. Let's go ahead. Wait, to remember, don't use the same symbol more than 3 times in a row. But 1, 2, 3, 4 is sometimes used for 4, particularly on clocks. Huh. I didn't know that. Good to know. Gotta convert run. Let's just dive into it and get our hands dirty. See, because 1,000 will be M, right? It'll just be, if it's 1,000, it will equal M. But it's fine. It's the details of those non sort of perfect. See, 1,000 is M, 100 is C, and 10 is X. But it's finding the details in between that we're struggling to deal with somewhat. Let's just do this. Let's start hacking away. Splice index of and join. 36. We have our number 36. We want to take if. I'm going to start with an if statement just because I can. If number is no. I'm already envisioning a switch case. Switch num. Is it num? God, I don't even remember how to set up a switch case. Is it like that? That doesn't feel good. Case. Something's wrong. It's me. It's when num is less than 5. It's when num is less than 4, really. Do something. God, let's find where we can set up a switch case. MDN switch live. Switch live. Time to get switchy. Switch. Switch-a-loadian. No, that used to be the old Nickelodeon stuff. Typical. Expression value blah blank blank blank. Oranges are blah break. Expression no Yaha. Okay, foo. So foo is something. That is num. Num will be 36. Num can be here if it's -1. Do something with it, okay? If it's 0, do something with it. If it's 1, have something else happen. If it's 2, do another thing, break, and then default. Totally cool. That's fine. I don't know if we will have a default. Will we have a default? No? Yes. Less than 5? What do we do a default for? It's got to be less than 5. It's got to be the number of times it occurs. I don't know. We can always adjust it later. Can I put a default between cases? You can? What? JavaScript will drop you back to the default if it can't find a match. Huh. You know, you learn something every day. Rewriting multiple if statements with a switch. I get multiple values. Case blank or blank. Very cool. Case A is compared to B. What? No. Okay, that's awesome. So, look, we can do operators. This is insane. Mind blown. I'm shocked. Mainly because it's after midnight. And, we get pretty loopy after midnight. Output stuff and such. Foo is 1. Output will equal blah. Switch foo 10. So, what is your name? Please pick a number from 0 to 6. 0 to 6, 10. So what is your name? 1. What is your name? 2. Your name? 3. Name? 4. Output. And 5 is that. Well, that's quite interesting. When the default is please pick a number. I think I want ours to be similar to this. Plus equals, and we can have 2 different things. Yeah. Alright. Go time. So, can we copy... I want to copy all of this. Just so I don't have to keep jumping back and forth between the two. Well, that didn't help anybody. That is tragic. That is tragic. Maybe we can do something fun or similar where it doesn't look so stupid. When in Rome, what would you do? Can I... No, that wouldn't have multiple windows. What would have multiple windows? No, that we don't need multiple windows. Z back and tab. Yes. Back and tab. Let's do that. Back and tab and boot to do, boot to d, lie to die. Oh, look at that. We got the hang of it. 1050 blankety blank. Something is off here. Yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Back one. A lot of finessing going on here. 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. This will be our visual guide. Oh my god, there's a 5 or a 1. Son of a bitch. That makes way more sense. No wonder why I was confused. Well, we can leave it under the 1. That can be here. This can be there. That can be here. Do we leave it under the first one? We'll leave it under the first one. Some consistency in our lives. Alright, there's that. Now, we have our switch case. As I think about it, we probably should have set this up as a key value pair as well to reference what things should be. But because I'm an idiot, I just realized that after I did the spacing. I still think we'll set up a switch statement, but now I'm kind of thinking we just needed a key value pair, like a set, sort of a directory. Should have done that. Bad Steven. Bad Steven. Less than 4, less than 9, less than 50, less than 100, one to 3. Let's take this out. Trying to find the smallest successful version of a switch case. I think it is this guy here. Variable nonsense. A and B cut. Yeah, we don't need to cut. I don't know if we need the variables right now. I don't think we do. Variable non, or num. Variable num. Let's get rid of this noise as well. Okay. Variable num. We don't need the or, but we do need the colon. We don't need the console log, but it does need to do something. We want it to return no number array. Variable Roman. That's what we'll call it. We will have a variable. And it will equal Roman equals. I'm not sure if it's going to be an array or a string. Variable will be Roman. And we will return Roman dot join. If we can spell it. Yeah. Roman dot join. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Roman copy equals or push. I think we want push. But we want it to loop through. Roman blank push blah. Hold on, hold on. We'll get there. Sack of death. Don't mind me. We're gonna do one of our classic nonsense sections, just so we can all see the rage and confusion in my mind. Nonsense, right? As one does. So, what will be happening, we're going to take our number, in this case, 864, right? So, when we have 864, we need to take that and go, basically, what is this number? Like greater than or less than, something like that. Wow, my computer's super laggy. Do we have shit running in the background? That no, just OBS and Audition. OBS on Audition. Continuing on. What is this number? Blankety blankety blank. Is it greater than or less than something? And if, when I hit enter, it has to think. Holy shit. Let's go to OBS. What is... Nothing seems out of the ordinary. What is blah? You know, I probably don't need both of these open, so let's close that. What is this number? So we've got our number, 846. What is the value of this number? We need to do something with it. If it's 800, we need to take that first number, like 8, but it's not just taking 8. It's taking 800. And it's not taking 864 or 860. It's just that. So it needs to take the length of it. So we need to do number dot length which would be 3. Tiny cat, hold on. Length is equivalent to 3, and we need to take that first number, slice 8. Slice or splice? Probably splice. Splice num. Actually, it would be... Well, we can do the official code later, but dot splice, you know what I mean. Oh, God. Dot splice 0 to 1. But, anyways, as far as writing it out in human speak, it would be, we'll do it above. We'll do it above. Splice num the first digit at 0. And then we need to add on the 2 zeros. How do we add on the 2 zeros? Plus. So that would cut. That would leave us with 8. But we need to join or concatenate the remainder. Like... I almost want to do concatenate like 8 plus 0 almost. Times number dot length. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that way. You know, I want it to repeat that many times. What to do, what to do. See, this is where, again, there's the difference of having a switch case with case 1, 2, and 3. Versus copy, if you will, having a switch case with 27 different 30, 4, 3, let's do 9, 8, 7. Why is my computer so slow? Oh my god, it's totally bogging down. It's not even doing anything right now. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my god, it's just glacial. This is tragic. Look at, all I'm doing is hitting the backspace or the delete key. I mean, that is just stunning. So, there's a lot less coding, but there's going to be a lot more involved. I either need to cram way more stuff in between each case, if I have fewer cases, or just have very little code between each of the many cases. I'm trying to figure out what's better, to have 35 lines between each. Wow, it's just, I can't believe how slow it is right now. Between 3 or have something very small, still slightly technical. Let's do Command Z and tab, 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 tab. Don't mind me. You know what? We could probably do. That's what we wanted. Tab and paste. See, I don't know if it's better to have a switch statement with a few complex cases, or if the industry, if you will, would prefer a switch case with multiple cases, but more basic and simple criteria to deal with in each one. And that's what I'm coming to terms with, trying to decide right now as I sort through the noise. Because it's those two versions. We could make it extremely complex and just have very few cases, or we could leave it more cavemanish and just turn it kind of into this whole gigantic monstrosity. A huge simpleton, if you will. Tough choice. See, and that's the difference between just having 7, and we'll copy this. That would be like for this one versus nowhere near as pretty, and we're not going to take the time to clean it up. Although, would be these 3. We can just do 3. 1, 2, 3. I know it's not zeros across the board quite like this, but just bear with me. That's as good as that's gonna get, and Yeah, we totally did that wrong, but that's okay, and I don't mind. You get the point. You get the point. This is the whole nonsense section. What would be... Which one do I want to deal with? I guess I'd prefer to be this guy. But I think right now my skill set is closer to this. Let's see. Alright. Lie-da-die-da-die-da-dee. We will take the following stuff. Number. Copy. Let's just keep going with it. Take number. Number is less than 4, so that would be 1 through 3. And we want it to push how does repeat work? Repeat. MDN repeat. String. So 0 dot repeat, right? ABC range error. ABC 0, none. ABC. So it's a string. It's a string. Okay. Okay, hold on. We could do zero. Oh, that's what we'll do. We'll slice it. We'll get the length. When we splice 8, we'll concatenate it with 0, repeating the new length number of times. Clever. Clever. Let's steal this. Copy. My concern is that it's a string, though. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. We're going to need to figure out how to deal with that. Maybe we need to turn the number into a string, because right now, I believe it is, in fact, just a, well, it is just a number. It's not a string at all. However, I believe if we just have 2 equal signs, then technically it should balance out. My concern, though, is when we go to push data types or compare data types, we're going to run into some issue. Regardless, we want number. So down here in our nonsense area, we've got our number, 864. We need to go, how big is this number? This will be our switch case. Switch case. Ta-da! number dot length. So that will give us 3. And then we will splice the number at 0. The first one. We're going to need to turn number into an array. We're going to need to turn... No, we won't. Yes, we will. No, we won't. Yes, we will. Because splice is an array protocol, which makes or method, which makes repeat, which is a string, different or difficult to work with. No, it's not, because an array is a list of string data. It's a list of strings. Happy thoughts, Stephen. Happy thoughts. Continue on. Continue on. So we will need the variable numArray, variable numArray, which will be num dot split. We'll break it at each point. And then we have a whole flock of strings, right? Right? We're still checking what num is, the original, as far as the value and its whole length, although we could check num array's length, which, now that we look at it, isn't any different. And I think it's more beneficial that way. So now we've got numArray, we split that, we're cutting the first piece, and then something to do with... Is there a repeat for arrays? That would be super awesome, aside from for loops. I really don't want to... Does a for loop really solve our problem? I don't want to put a for loop in every single one of these. Should I put a for loop for each one of them? That's a lot of work. Let's see if we can do this. It would be a very basic for loop. I just don't want to have to look at a for loop in each one of these. But it would be 7 cases versus 27. Put in the effort, Stephen. At least try to make it simplified. Instinctively, my spidey senses tell me having a smaller switch case with more complex code per case is better than a switch case with more cases with simple code. Simple code is good, but again, there's just... I feel like I'm copping out if I go this way. Not even copping out, I feel like it's more inefficient, although maybe more basic. Although I know this is going to be basic. I don't know. Well, let's just keep going. As of now, we're dealing with the nonsense area. So our code will come together as we do this. So what we're trying to do at this point is repeat the stuff. We splice the number, the first one, which is 8. We have our 8. We've cut it off. We have the head of the snake. And now we need to concatenate zero we need to concatenate 0 the length of 8 num dot length after splice numArray. And it should be, because after we splice it, it cuts off 8. It affects the original. So, does splice affect the original, or does it slice that affects the original? Splice method changes the content of an array by removing existing, old, or new. Slice is the one that creates new stuff. My fish, my fish. Something, something, something. Yeah, see, returning my fish. Stuff there. Return my fish. And things happened. The removed is a variable, but the original stays the same, so we can have something. I don't know what we'll call that variable, but we'll have it as something. Roman? We can call it Roman. Yes. Because Roman will equal and then dot join. Would we dot join after it? This feels cluttered. Roman. Equals 800. And if it equals 800, we can go on to the next one and tell it to sum all of these numbers. Maybe we do want to push. We can push all of this. And if we push all of that, again, this is our nonsense area. We're just kind of thinking out loudly. All of the coding stuff will actually happen here. This will all go to hell or become a key value pair or get implemented into the switch case, but in the meantime, I'm just kind of thinking through. Number array. Sack of death. You know what, it's already been over an hour. I know it's just such a basic concept, but again, I feel overwhelmed by the potential and possibilities of this. This may actually become a 2-day event. It's already been over an hour, and we haven't made a lot of official progress. We've made a good dent in our understanding of it. I kind of want to set up our general understanding of it and then call it quits, but once we set up this, I mean, we will have basically solved it, so... Let's see. We have stuff. All right. Next thing to do. That would also be, you know what, I think repeat is also our solution to this. It's the same thing as the zeros. Wait a second, where'd it go? Where did it go? See, instead of dot repeat, or instead of zero repeat, it would be I blank 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 repeat copy here push num array num array I maybe we just keep splicing. Yeah, because maybe this is all the stuff we do in the for loop above, and then we only have the couple cases here to piece it together. Maybe that's what we want. I could maybe see that happening. What about when it's a 4, though? Those in-between cases. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. D-da-dee-dee-da-dee-da-dee. Lie-da-die-die-da-die-da-die. Dee-da-dee-dee-da-dee-da-dee-dee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee. I think I'm totally overthinking this. Maybe we should continue this nightmare tomorrow. I think let's give it another minute or two. And yeah, we'll continue the hell tomorrow. No. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. Win in Rome. Sort of. That sort of applies here. Alright, we already have a lot of good stuff. We're probably going to need a for loop for all of this. And then take this noise. We'll have our for loop. Do it in the nonsense area. For all of this hell. Blah, blah, blah. For variable I equals 0. I don't know if it's going to be I less than either num, probably num array, I plus plus, num array dot length. Again, our nonsense area. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around this hell. So we've got number, num array. Let's move this up above just for fun. Function stuff. Number blah. More curly crap screw the curly crap. We're going to do dots because we can. Function blah, blah, blah. We've got our for loop. Num array length. Num array, we're going to split it. We'll set up our switch case, comparing the value of the whole thing. We'll take the length of the array. Currently, it's a 3-digit number. We're going to hack off the first integer. That needs to be some variable, like we'll call it variable value. Something stupid. So value, and that'll be value plus, do we want it to be I? Well, originally, I mean, it could be I in that. Now we're going to do zeros. So, and we're going to repeat it, the number, the length of the array. So number array was 3, but now that we spliced the crap out of it, it's now down to 2. So it only should repeat twice, so it should give us, it should carry the value, which is 8. Value should equal 8 plus concatenating number array dot length for 64 should be 2. And since we're repeating that, it should be 0 and 0. Should be. This whole thing will get pushed to Roman. To Roman. All right. And then it needs to repeat that cycle. At least I hope it can repeat that cycle. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. This seems insane. I'm wondering if it would be easier to just do the many switch cases that are basic. You know, have multiple basic cases versus a few complex ones. And now that I see it as I work it out more, I don't think it will actually be that many complex ones. I don't think it'll be this scary looking. I actually think it will be closer to something basic, like so, but with this gigantic for loop nightmare beforehand. Like so. Feeding into the switch case, which my guess is if there's a for loop involved and the switch case, it would technically need to be like this inside the switch case. Which makes me equally concerned. which would mean Roman would be variable outside Roman equals whatever it equals. And to top it off, we would be having either push something dot push to get it to Roman, or it would be Roman equals, no, plus equals. We could do plus equals, because if it's 800 this first time around, the next case, let's say it's 64, Roman, is that right? No, that's not going to work that way. Plus 60 after it breaks down. So that would be 864 plus 60 followed by 4 Roman plus equals 4. And then we would end up returning Roman, which would be 864. We came close. I think my mind's just too damn exhausted. It is 1:17 a.m. and everything hurts. So let's go ahead and just back out of this noise, and we'll continue on with this nightmare tomorrow. Yeah. At least we've got a better understanding of the options of the paths that we could go down. It's just tweaking and fine-tuning the actual execution of it. Which this breakdown and understanding process, this is coming to terms with the code or the task at hand has been one of my biggest issues over the last 250 plus days. Usually it's just diving in, trying to build on the fly. I mean, I do quickly try to come to terms with what we're up against, but then it's just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks, which leads to a lot of trial and error post-production, if you will, versus trying to do all the initial breakdown beforehand. Sure. Why not? Anyways, that's day 250. Day 256. Day 256 ends on a fizzle. Let's go ahead and back out of this noise. It was a valiant effort in the meantime, somewhat, for at least trying to come to terms with everything. Tomorrow, we should be able to make far more progress, actual progress, and maybe get some results. But in the meantime, we are backing out of this noise to our profile. Thank you again to anyone and everyone who may have stopped by to view the stream. Any and all views are greatly appreciated. In the meantime, day 256 comes to an end. However, the adventure continues tomorrow with day 257. We will be stopping the stream for now. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.